So I'm watching her fine ass walk to my bedroom and thought to myself, that's the shape of things to come. She said, why in the club you don't make it precipitate? You know, make it rain when you can make it thunderstorm. I'm like, why? The world needs sun, the hood needs fun. So there's a war going on and half the battle is guns. How dare I throw it on the floor when people are poor? So I write like Edgar Allan to restore. Got a cord, umbilical attached to a place that can't afford no landscaping or window draping. This old lady told me if I ain't got nothing good, say Nathan. That's why I don't talk much. I swear it don't cost much to pay attention to me. I tell it like it is, then I tell it how it could be. The hood be requesting my services. Oh, don't get nervous, it's step your game up time. These ain't them same old rhymes designed to have you dancing in some club. Niggas ride to me, women be off in they tub, exfoliating with they pom-poms, yelling go 3,000. I'm in my whatever, bumping 100 miles and running. Summon woman coming, sit down. Heard you need some plumbing done, and I'm in a swell mood, a rather swole mood. Until she told me that she told dude that she'll be back. She's going to the store. I didn't know she had a boyfriend, so the door I pointed her to. I said, call me when y'all break up. I don't fuck nobody, bitch. You never owned a Jacob. Know what time it is, nigga. Just trying to live like a nigga supposed to live. If I still drink that malt liquor, I'd pour the beer on the ground for niggas not around. I started off starving. Now they got me out here Brett Favre, trying to see if I still got it. I guess it's like a right thing about it.
Nothing gonna stop us now, you can't stop us. What you gonna do right now, you can't run. We the boss in here, we lost this shit. Cause ain't nobody doing it like we do, oh no. Nothing gonna stop us now, you can't stop us. What you gonna do right now, you can't run. We the boss in here, we lost this shit. Cause ain't nobody doing it like we do, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, you can't stop us. Oh no.
So I peeped this bitch in the bip. I used to clip like Rob the Barber. It seemed she couldn't shape up. Cupcaker, I didn't bother. She's a follower, a hell of a swallower, not a leader. Got her first, second, third, and fourth string. I didn't need her. I didn't mean to treat her like she was the main feature presentation. Her just a traitor to the situation, more like the hassle because she had no keys to the castle. The queen sits on the throne while this whole ride down on national. Zoom. Go ahead, oh, and beat your feet, drop down and get your eagle on, freak. We ever so discreet with this meat, got a whole lot to lose. If paparazzi ever shot or shoot, we, meaning me and you, us together in the lens. My ends would be gone just like some dro in the wind. Told her, ho, you gonna win? Show enough, we gon' pretend to the land of make-believe. Now come on and hit this hen. Taking shots to the neck, now that's love in your mouth. Now we're affiliates, so don't give me the gangster real. No drama, it makes no sense. I got a mean ass backhand and a hand that don't miss,
bitch. Nothing gonna stop us now, you can't stop us. What you gonna do right now, you can't run. We the boss in here, we lost this shit. Cause ain't nobody doing it like we do, oh no. Nothing gonna stop us now, you can't stop us. What you gonna do right now, you can't run. We the boss in here, we lost this shit. Cause ain't nobody doing it like we do, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. You can't stop us, oh no.
I realized recently that I was born for this position. I took the fall for hip-hop, and I stand in front of you stronger than ever. Watch what comes next. Follow the leader, nigga. DJ the fuck song. IMG. Nothing can take me out my zone.
Nothing gonna stop us now, you can't stop us. What you gonna do right now, you can't run. We the boss in here, we lost this shit. Cause ain't nobody doing it like we do, oh no. Nothing gonna stop us now, you can't stop us. What you gonna do right now, you can't run. We the boss in here, we lost this shit. Cause ain't nobody doing it like we do, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, you can't stop us. Oh no.
All right, let's get into it. Welcome. Oh man, how's everybody doing, man? Hope you had a very good weekend. Super Bowl recap, man. We're gonna talk about it. Talk about the game. Talk about what's going on after the game. The fallout from the game. And of course, we're gonna talk a little bit about the halftime show, man. Some of the controversy behind that. But let me give shouts out to those who have made themselves known and those who are hanging out. Always appreciate it. My opinion. How you doing, Eucalyptus? How did I know Eagles fans was going to be the first ones up in here? What's going on, TC? Brother of a certain age was good. Speak greasy. Come on, man. A dynasty. We'll talk about it. Speak. We'll talk about it because I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Josephine, what's going on. Spotted was good. Was good. Yes, man. Very. Like I said, very good weekend, man. Game, I would say this. Just to talk about the game, just in general. Was it very pleasing to watch? If you're not a fan of either one of those teams, was it pleasing to watch? It was a dominating performance. First of all, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Due to them winning, I had a side bet with somebody. Jalen Hurts will be up on the screen all show long. I said I would do it, side bet with somebody else. So I lost, which is not unusual on this side. Sometimes I win. But Jalen Hurts will be up. But dominant performance by the Philadelphia Eagles, of course. It was over. Let's be honest. Whether you like the Chiefs or whether you like the Eagles, the game was over in the first quarter. The way Philadelphia was able to dominate the line of scrimmage throughout the entire game. Listen, I've seen Kansas City get manhandled. I've seen Kansas City get beat down in the Super Bowl, namely going back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a way, in the same situation, Kansas City offensive line could not hold up to a pass rush. I've seen that happen to the Kansas City Chiefs. They played, close to the vest, playing it, getting by all year long. But I would say this: I have never seen the Kansas City Chiefs dominated in that fashion. Masterful game plan put together by the Philadelphia Eagles, attacking that offensive line. And, it's very reminiscent, when you have you're able to create a lot of pressure with just with a front four. And, you don't have to blitz. You're allowed to drop back into coverage, do all of those kind of things to help the back end of your defense. It works wonders. And, you think about the two Super Bowls the Giants won, since I saw brother, I know that's a long time ago, but it happened. But you go back to those Super Bowls that the Giants won, dominated the line of scrimmage against the Patriots, and did it with just the front four. And it was clear out of the gate that defensive line was motivated. The defensive line knew they had the advantage and took it to them. Joe Thuney, who's been playing the left tackle for a good chunk of the season due to injuries. Listen, oh, y'all active tonight. But it was a very dominating performance by the Philadelphia defense. This is a masterful game plan put together by Vic Fangio. I wasn't expecting that. I picked, y'all heard my pick. I picked the Chiefs. I thought it was going to come down to coaching, and it did come down to coaching, but it was coaching on the other side. Vic Fangio put together a very, very good defensive game plan, and it started with the front four. And here's the thing about the Philadelphia Eagles, and we'll talk about, are they a dynasty? And I'm gonna give you my opinions on that. They just won a Super Bowl. But you got to start really looking at the Philadelphia Eagles and what they have. But we'll get to that. I'm getting ahead. But let's get back to the game. Offensively, they stuck with it, and this was what I liked about the offensive game plan. The Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni put together. Look, we knew the focus was going to be. I picked the Chiefs. I did. I did pick the Chiefs. But here's what I liked about the game plan on the offensive side for the Philadelphia Eagles. Saquon Barkley didn't have a lot of yards, didn't have a lot of game-breaking yards, but give credit to Philadelphia for when, even though Kansas City came out with a focus, came out with a focus of slowing down Saquon Barkley, containing Saquon Barkley. Philadelphia still gave him the touches that he regularly gets. So, maintain that threat throughout this ass whooping that they gave. And let's be clear. The score, final score was 18 points, but the game was way worse than that. They got a lot of garbage time points. I'm not even going to say that was even part of the equation, but Philadelphia was able to keep Saquon, giving him the touches. He didn't have a lot of yards, but he had a bunch of goddamn carries, same regular amount of carries, same amount of touches that he normally gets. And give credit to Jalen Hurts when Saquon was getting bottled up with the run game, being able to put the ball on, tuck the ball, run with it, keep that pressure of having a run game on the Kansas City. And eventually Kansas City defense played okay for about a quarter, but you can't keep a team. You can't keep a defense. I don't give a damn how good your defense is, how talented your defense is. You cannot keep a defense on the field that long and expect them to hold up. And eventually they started to break. That back end of that secondary, Kansas City, is one of those blitz happy teams. Blitz was working, slowing down Saquon. But we talked about this. Philadelphia having two, let's call it what it is, two number one receivers out there on the field with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and they took advantage of that single high safety. They took advantage of that one-on-one man coverage on the outside. It was an ass whooping. But give credit to Philadelphia especially with the offensive game plan. I was like, we're going to still maintain the threat of Saquon, because a lot of teams in those situations, when the run game is not working, you have some success with the pass game. In years past, Philadelphia would have one of those games where Jalen Hurts was throwing 35, 40 times. And, we've talked about it, consistently on this show. That is not a formula for success for Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a run first type team. They have the most success when they are run first. But give credit to when Jalen Hurts had to put the ball up. He was very efficient with the ball. Just a masterful performance. I'm not surprised. He won MVP. I thought, Josh Sweat had an outside shot, with it, but it was so much. If you had to give the MVP to a unit, I would definitely give it to that defensive front for Philadelphia. And let's flip it over to the other side for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City, we've talked about it all year, has not looked right, especially on the offensive side of the football. This is not the typical Kansas City Chiefs team we have been used to seeing. That wasn't a focus because they haven't given up 100 yards to any running back. That was a focus case speak. That was a focus case seat, because you look at the stats. Saquon, with the amount of touches that he had, you would thought he'd have more yards, but it was 2 yards here, 2 yards there, 3 yards here. Kansas City did a good job of trying to bottle him up, and they picked the poison, and Jalen Hurts made them pay for it. Let's keep it a buck. Kansas City, did a good job. Saquon didn't kill him, he didn't destroy him, but he still got his touches. He still remained a threat, and it is what it is. Speak. How'd I know? What's going on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Listen, your ass been gone all season.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Congratulations to your team for taking care of business out there on the field. Masterful performance put together by Philadelphia. One of the most dominating Super Bowls I've seen in quite a long time. But you're the Philly fan. You have the floor, sir. You have the floor.
I mean, it's funny because I remember right before the season started, me and you had a conversation. I said, I'm not buying into the on paper part of it. Yeah. And I really didn't, dude. Like, I waited out the season. I know I talked a lot of smack, but yeah, man, like, and it's crazy because I kind of figured it was going to be a blowout game. And like, I really envisioned it. What'd you say?
I didn't think so, though. I thought it was going to be a closer game than it was, but it was over in the first quarter. And you can just tell Kansas City, they had like, 20-some yards? Kansas City really didn't look good
all season to me like that though.
They
Did to
did.
you?
No, they did. You know, like I talked about it. You know, on a week to week basis, they did. You know, offensively, they didn't look good. And I don't know if you can, you know, really put the blame on not having the pieces on the offensive side that they've had traditionally in the past, but they just never looked right all year long. But they, you know, they got by. That championship, you know, pedigree, it carried them only so far though.
Yeah, you know that and some questionable calls.
That's it. I wasn't going there.
Like man, like it was some real suspect stuff going on.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it was some close games, some questionable calls. I mean, but Kansas City had been getting by all year, and you can credit that to coaching. Because one thing about Kansas City, and you know, it got exposed in this game. They didn't really beat themselves a lot of times. You know, they played to the level of their competition, but you know, they wasn't heavily penalized and really wasn't turning the ball over like that. But they got exposed in this game. And I look at Kansas City going forward. I don't know. You know, they're going to be a favorite, of course, next year in the AFC. But you know, how much confidence do you have in this team in you know, picking themselves up, retooling, and going forward? Because they've got a lot of decisions to make this offseason, with some guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And you know, of course, you got to address. What's going on, Speed?
First things first. Congratulations to the Birds. They did the damn thing. Y'all put belt to ass. We don't make excuses. We don't cry because we're used to winning. So congratulations. Jalen Hurts played a masterful game.
Yeah.
And y'all defense was ridiculous.
well, you know what, Speak? I think people forget, right? I heard Jalen Hurts say this a couple days the other day. He said, just because we don't do it, don't mean we can't do it, right? So when you see Kansas City actually came in with a game plan to shut Saquon down, but they forgot we got AJ Brown, we got Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts. So I mean, it was like they was like really saving some stuff they had in the chamber and really unleash it. Like, okay, you could put 8 men in the box and stop Saquon, but we can go over the top with Devontae Smith. We could
I don't
send
know if
AJ Brown across the middle.
I don't know if that was a plan because maybe people just used to seeing Saquon run 60 yards on people, but we don't allow running backs to do that. We haven't allowed it all year. So he was going to have a tough night playing against our run defense, period.
You got 8 men in the box, though, Speak.
But that's our defense. That's not like you haven't seen that with us, right?
Yeah, Kansas City typically plays eight
but
man
how
in
many
the box.
teams did y'all play? How many teams did y'all play that had a dominant running back?
We got Derrick Henry over there. We got the Bills running back. We
but with a dominant set of receivers also? Y'all haven't seen that.
No. But to say we had a concerted effort just to stop Saquon is not Kansas City football. We don't give up those types of yards, but we got spoiled watching Saquon make these big runs from bad tackling, and we don't tackle bad.
Well, what I'm saying is this. I don't watch Kansas City games that much. You know, I only watch it when, you know, they play the Bills or the Ravens, stuff like that.
Right.
Even Cincinnati. But you telling me that y'all play all season 8 men in the box?
No, we just don't give up a lot of yards to running backs ever. We got a good our defense is pretty good.
No, well, I'm just saying when I see a defense throw 8 men in the box, I see a defense that's really focusing on shutting down the run game. You know, most teams play zone. You know what I'm saying?
They play heavy man. Kansas City plays heavy man. It's you know, it's a Spags defense, so they're going to have, you know, 7-8 guys in the box. So they blitz a lot. I mean, that's just Kansas City's defense. They play a lot of man coverage. That's not one of them zone type teams though.
Okay.
Yeah, and shit, AJ Brown got caught on a damn linebacker. We play a lot of man.
Yeah, they play. That's pretty much Spags defense is 7-8 guys in the box. We're blitzing, they're coming, and it's a lot of one-on-one coverage on the outside. That's why you look at those touchdown passes. It wasn't no safety help over the top. It wasn't like
Right.
it was a lot of this. That's Kansas City's defense though. It's real man heavy though. But like you were saying, go ahead. Elite running back, and 2 elite receivers because Philadelphia has 2 number ones. Like they haven't seen that all year.
Definitely 2 number ones.
Yeah. Well, I'm being rude. What's going on, brother? Welcome to the stage, man. And anybody else at the keeper and toy lady, how y'all doing? I ain't used to these many people over here.
Yeah, no, I was just letting y'all rock.
You got a lot of Philly fans in here tonight.
Hey, man, the birds come out, man. They flying.
The birds is out, boy.
Yeah, I can't stand Philly.
I don't see no stars. I don't see no stars.
Yeah.
I can't listen. I can't even, I can't even talk my shit because we're kind of down right now. If I had to pick next season, we're looking like the 3rd best team in the division. I'm keeping a buck, man. I'm not excited about the prospects, but the second part of the show is the Eagles a dynasty, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna send it around the group. When I look at, this is the second Super Bowl in 3 years. They won one. But when you look at the young guys that they have right now, especially on the defensive side of the ball, playing on rookie deals, you've already sewn up the offensive side of the football as far as the long-term contracts. And the way Howie Roseman is able to manipulate the draft and free agency, they're set up for the next 3 to 4 years to be a Super Bowl favorite. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. But a dynasty.
Well, I mean, I look
That's
at
what we did. Like we've been to 5 Super Bowls in 7 years. That's a dynasty. Going to one.
No, but they've
you got to win them to be a dynasty, right?
Well, I mean, you've gotten your ass kicked in 2 of them now. Let's keep it a buck speak. You got
2. So winning 3 out of 5 is bad.
No, it's not bad. But I'm looking at.
And going to 3 in a row is bad. What are we doing here?
No. I'm not saying it's bad. When I look at Philly, Philly's been in 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years. Is that's not?
No, that's good.
Yeah, I mean 2 of the last 3. Yeah, I mean they're you got to put them in the conversation, especially when you look at what they look like going forward. Like that defense is young. Speak, you got guys playing on rookie deals.
But it's hard to go back to the Super Bowl. It is difficult. It's not a lot of teams that did it.
It is. Listen, me saying Philly's the next dynasty is not discrediting Kansas City. I'm not saying they're
we can't be discredited. Trust me. That's not going to be. That ain't happening. We got too much going on. But all right, look at when Philly won their first bowl versus Brady and them. They was looking dominant. They was looking like they was going to be able to keep doing this. And it was a few years before they got back. Like, we got to let this play out. Let's see what we got in Jalen. Because we saw what we had in Wentz, and it winced. It went away. Like, so we gotta wait. We gotta check him out. We gotta make sure he can run as fast as we think he can. I like the kid. Don't get me wrong, but to prematurely say dynasty when you got guys out there that's been doing it over and over again. Pat ain't not been to the conference finals since he been a starter. That's 7 years in a row.
With you Chiefs fans, you know when you say dynasty and I don't say your name, you thinking I'm dissy. Like no, the Chiefs would definitely be in the conversation. But come on,
no, we are a dynasty. You're trying to include someone into the dynasty talk.
I think he said, could they become the next dynasty, bro?
Yeah.
And I think they are. They definitely on paper look like they could be, have another, run the next 2 years, but you never know. And the NFL's really weird like that, dude. Like
it's tough, man. It's tough.
Like San Francisco, like last year, they looked like I thought they was going to win last year, and I thought they was going to have like a tough team, especially that defense, but they completely fell off the earth this year.
Yeah,
Injury,
San Fran
injury.
had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But what's the age of that D line on
I mean, you
on
talking
Philly?
about Jalen Carter like 23, Jordan Davis like 23. You know,
Sweat,
you gotta bring back Sweat, but Sweat's a fairly young dude.
He'll come back. He'll come back.
You talking about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, two rookies, two very good rookies.
That's the story to me, man.
Yeah.
The amount of pressure they put on with 4.
Yeah.
And like you said, it reminded you of, talk about my Giants, but it reminded you of those Giant teams with Umanura and Tuck and all those guys. But the other thing too, shout out to Hurts, because following him from college, remember he got it. Didn't he get his starting job taken from?
He got benched for Tua.
For Tua, like, and I don't think people projected him to do this. And even though he was better, stats, he had a little bit better stats in that Super Bowl they lost. It seemed like Kansas City wanted to see if he could beat them. I know Spags. I'm familiar with Spags' defense, but it seemed like they was like, okay, if you're gonna beat us, even though you got them 2 wide receivers, you got to get the ball to them. So let's see if we can.
It's not that Jalen Hurts can't do it. It's just like, we talked about this all year. Like, Philly's better when they're a run first offense. And when they turn it over to Saquon, that allows Jalen, hey, I pick my spots. Like, if you was going to depend on Jalen to throw it 35, 40 times a game and win like that, that's not a formula for success.
No.
I didn't see the the RPO? I didn't see that much in the Super Bowl.
I mean, they didn't run as much RPO, but when you think about Philadelphia, they've kind of gotten away from the RPO, especially during Saquon's run. Like, it's you don't really have to do the RPO because he's such a special back. You don't really have to kind of create that confusion to open up run lanes for him. Like,
but Jalen, I saw Jalen. He got a lot done with his legs.
Yeah,
and, that's
he got out.
That's something that people was like really wanting him to do more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get an opening, just take off. But yeah, man, Jalen really stepped up this in the Super Bowl. And
Jalen was phenomenal, bro. He was phenomenal in this Super Bowl.
Yeah. Jalen
they had Mahomes looking crazy out there, man. He was just...
Now, I don't even blame Mahomes, because you can't do nothing when you got 6 people in your lap soon as you snap the ball. It was nothing that he could do. It was like, what you want him to knock over a 300-pound young boy chasing him? Like, it was nothing Mahomes could do. It was just that line was getting shredded by young boys.
Let me ask you this: why did KC get away from the run like super early? Like, they ran it like a couple times, and it was like, yo, we're not doing that no more. And that just allows the defensive line to just tee off the whole game.
I don't know what they were doing, but Pat didn't have time to do anything. He needed time to collect himself. Look, run the ball. If we go 3 and out, let him pass it on 3rd down, but run the rock, Monday morning quarterbacking. But man, that game was happening so fast, and Pat got sped up. He got sped up quick.
I'm looking at the stats. You guys ran the ball 11 times, dude.
Yeah, I know it's like 3 at the half, right?
It's like just abandon the run.
Yeah, that was like 2008. That was 2008. Andy Reid here in Philly. He would do that a lot.
Man, I don't know what they could have did. I don't know what they could have did to win that game. But the game plan we brought, if you can't stop 4 guys, there's only 4 of them.
Yeah,
you got a problem. Like, you need Brady time back there. So we just got to go fix the offensive line, treat Pat like Brady, so he ain't got to do all that. Brady used to have 10 minutes to throw the ball. You got to set Pat up like that because he's that good, and just give him time to survey, and he'll do his thing. But he didn't have time to finish saying hi before they was on.
Yeah, Josh Sweat was killing Joe Thuney, and Joe Thuney's an all-pro guard, but he's been having to play left tackle, and it showed.
Yo, listen, Sweat was like no sweat. Come here, Tooney. He was killing that. He was responsible for the sacks that we got. It was Joe Tooney every time.
Yeah, Joe Tooney was getting killed, and he you know, KC. I'm concerned about them going forward because you know you're gonna have to start paying some guys. You're gonna have to put some money into that run game. You're gonna have to put some money into that offensive line, and you're gonna have to take care of some of them boys on the defensive side of the ball too. Like it's the draft.
They always make the right choice, though. When have you ever worried about KC losing people? Like we traded Tyreek Hill and won the bowl. We don't give a fuck who we lose. I mean, we'll be fine as long as we got Pat.
Well, Pat, you know, definitely keeps you in the conversation. But I'd be concerned. You know, this is a very important offseason for KC because you know you ain't got that much money to be slinging around, and you need some help.
Well, if we lose Kelsey, that's $19 million coming off of the books.
Well, he said he want to play another 3 years.
Well, we're gonna have to talk and restructure some things. You can stay, but I know you want to win and stay, right? You got the money, you got the killer podcast, you got the girl with a ton of money too. So take that cut so we can get back to business.
That's Dot's favorite person, Taylor Swift.
Listen, I was so glad that he wasn't catching shit just for the simple fact I didn't have to see her ass.
hey, Drama, what's Parsons' contract status down in Dallas?
Well, he's up for an extension. Listen, it's been talk, and I don't agree with this shit, but it's been talk of possibly trading him, and seeing what you can get on the market for him, but. I wouldn't trade Parsons. You don't trade talent like that. You try to keep it as long as you want to. But I think Jerry's putting that stuff out there to kind of sully the waters, muddy the waters for negotiations. Because Parsons is he's gonna get top dollar. And you know how Jerry is when it comes to paying motherfuckers.
Well, the right deal in the NFL could really. I didn't realize we got all those players for Andrew Luck. I mean, not Carson Wentz. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just happened to see it, and I'm like, I saw like a little fun fact, and I'm like, those were the picks that. Now I had to go look it up. I said, wow, like we used the picks that we got from Indianapolis basically to turn into DeJean, Devontae, Carter. I'm like, that's really good right there. And I'm hearing the Eagles are interested in Garrett too. So.
Yeah, it's been talked. For those who don't know, Myles Garrett wants to be traded. Detroit has been talked about. I don't know if Philly's really going to be in the market because do you really need Garrett on that defense?
Graham is Graham's last year.
Well, I mean, but you've got you can bring in outside pass rushers for this Phillies, the heart of this defense. Jalen Carter, I didn't think he was going to be this good this fast. And the interior of the defensive line, you can, they've got a nice rotation there. I don't think you need a Myles Garrett.
But if you add him with
it said Parsons saying he'll take less money to get Garrett in there. So
I mean, he's saying that. I'm listening. The way the NFL is kind of set up, man. The only people I think should be taking less money is quarterbacks. Everybody else, get paid.
You gotta tell me about that shit.
Get paid because they're going to overpay for quarterbacks anyway. And when it's time for you to cash in. I wouldn't take less money to bring Garrett in. I'll make Jerry figure it out. But I look at Philadelphia they're set up. Roseman does such a good job doing the draft. Like you look at Quinyon Mitchell was the number 1 rated cornerback coming into the draft, and he dropped all the way down to Philly's pick. Cooper DeJean was a first round grade. I mean, they just Roseman does a good job of fitting in pieces and high quality talent.
They always keep high quality too.
Drama, don't be fooled by that though. It's only really been like the last 2 to 3 draft. Roseman was a bad draft GM. dude. This the same. He drafted Jalen Reagor over Justin Jeffries.
Well, he's you know, I think he does better on the defensive side of the ball than offense. I don't think you know, I think spend money in free agency and all that, but you know, he knows how to hit, and he goes and gets, you know, and these guys turn out to be high quality players that for whatever reason drop down to where Philly's at. Like you look at Jalen Carter now, yeah, right.
Trust me, he lost his job to Chip Kelly for a reason, bro. He got better. I give him credit. He got better. But trust me, he was bad at it, dude. He was playing at one. I remember that one year, he was literally playing like Madden franchise mode, just picking up every free agent. He learned under the guy Joe Banner. He was the former GM here, but yeah, trust me, he's starting to get better. I hope he keeps it up, but it wasn't always like that with Howie. It really was.
Now. I mean, he's in his groove now. And Philly is set up to really make a run at it. Like they got a taste of it a couple years ago, came up short in that first matchup with the Chiefs, and you know you could see this same matchup again next year. I think Philly's on that path. You know, I don't give a damn about them losing the coordinator, but you know, I look at the roster, man, you know, and they'll be able to bring in some talent because, you know, a lot of those guys are still they're on rookie contracts.
Yeah, they lost a coordinator last year, didn't they? Didn't make too much of a difference this year.
Yeah.
Well, you know the team that scares me in the East is Washington, because I really like Daniels. I really think
I like him. Yeah, I like him. Yeah. I don't know if Washington scares me. They got to make some moves this offseason, but Washington is definitely on the come up, and Jaden Daniels is special. But you know, you got to be concerned. Will he have a CJ Stroud sophomore type year?
Hopefully they don't RG3 him.
Yeah,
because he was that good when he was there, and he's sitting down right now.
It's RG3 got to the NFC Championship game.
No, he was just putting up a ton of numbers, but he was looking good. You know how I go. You come out and you light it up, and then you fizzle out.
Yeah, but that was like when they was letting quarterbacks get blasted. Like now you can't touch the quarterbacks. Like they was like RG3 was getting beat up. Him and Cam Newton was getting beat up.
Well,
they was getting harassed.
You know why?
Yeah.
You ain't got
get up, nigga. You good? Walk it off.
You going to the parade?
Nah, man. I'm gonna be at work, man.
Yeah,
I'm surrounded by Eagle fans at work though, so I'm happy that the energy is up. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really upset because y'all, the way y'all did it showed who was the better team. So you just gotta, be like, nah, they beat that ass.
Yeah, that wasn't one of them close games where you like, oh, if this would have happened, that would have happened. It was just like, bro, it was over.
That was annihilation, bro. I was like, what? But sometimes you need your ass whooped so you can come back and retool. It wakes you up like shit ain't sweet. Everybody coming after y'all, so they gonna have to retool and get shit right if they want to continue on with the legacy.
I mean, as long as you got Mahomes, you're gonna be in the conversation. And I didn't realize like he ain't even hit 30 yet. Like that's the scary part with Mahomes. He hasn't even hit 30 yet.
Yeah, he's out of that. When you look at what he done in 7 years, that shit don't make no sense, bro.
Yeah,
it's really out of pocket. But it's about Jalen though. I'm happy for Jalen. He's a humble guy. He not a rah dude, and he take care of business. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. I can't, and I don't. I fucking hate the Eagles. I just can't be mad at Jalen for winning because he's that type of dude. Like even with Saquon,
I'm happy for Saquon too. That's.
I know that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, they look crazy. That the Giants GM look crazy now, signing Daniel Jones and Anyway, this is
Well,
about
shit, if they would have kept Saquon, what was they going to do with him? Nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that's a myth. I think that's the biggest myth in the NFL right now, because Saquon, he really only came here for like an extra, like it's like $30. I don't think he wanted to be there.
Yeah, he wanted to stay in New York. New York.
No, he didn't.
He
He
did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
It's no way. Yo, we only offered what New York offered him, and what we gave him was like it's like a $30 difference.
But these guys are like, if you don't want me, like they big on respect. So
Yeah.
when the GM said go ahead and try to find somebody,
Yeah.
he said you know where I want to be. They got him recorded on the phone saying I want to be here.
Man, that was cap. I heard that phone conversation, and I think Saquon was just dragging.
No, I mean, but Saquon had tried to work out a deal. They franchise tagged him. He wanted to stay in New York.
No, I think that was cap, bro. I think he wanted to leave.
I mean, but if a team disrespects you like that, we're gonna franchise you, and we're not really gonna negotiate and give you no real kind of money. Like, why the fuck I'm gonna stay here? I'll make the same amount of money in Philly, and then be with a better team. Like, I don't blame him. I mean,
I'm not even saying that the Giants would have been, something great with him there, but they're better with him. When you got that, he's their best offensive player.
He was the offense.
You just let
But it would have been wasted. He wasn't going to the Super Bowl with New York this year.
No, he was.
Well, that's why I'm glad he got his thing. But
right.
I'm a fan, so he came in the league, and I know he got that home run ability. He changes the game. He may extend a couple of drives. So I'm a football fan, so I want to see.
He changed life for Philly. He changed.
Is he a Drew Rosenhaus client?
I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
Because if it's Drew, yeah, I think because dude, like, I don't think when I saw that Hard Knock thing and I heard the conversation, it sounded like he was like, all right, I'm gonna go check it out. I'll call you back. And it was just like, yeah, I'm out of here. It was like you knew when they hung up the phone that he was gone. I think the GM knew it too. Like, I don't think he want to be here no more.
Somebody named Ed Berry from CAA. He worked CAA. He's in CAA.
Okay.
He's the same Aaron Rodgers agent as well.
They disrespected Saquon. When they gave Daniel Jones the contract and didn't re-up with him, and break him off too at the same time, it was downhill from there.
Can't give Daniel Jones that.
But think about this though, Drama. Nobody's paying running backs, dude. No, it might change. It might actually change now with Saquon doing what he did here. But every running back is being disrespected in the league, bro.
Well, you could see a resurgence though. I mean, if you look at the last couple drafts, you look at like Bijan Robinson with the Falcons, drafted like seventh overall. Jamar Gibbs drafted like 12 with Detroit. Like, if you can get, but you got to be a talent though. And with running back, teams have been getting by with running back by committee. Hell, look at Kansas City. Like Kansas City, like we'll just throw some dudes in there. Pacheco was a converted wide receiver. Brought in Kareem Hunt's ass from off the couch this year. Like,
he was home.
Yeah, like he was at the crib like half the season. But when you have a special player like a Saquon, I think that's going to help bring the market of the Christian McCaffreys of the world. Like, you have those kind of special backs.
Yeah, he's running, receiving, blocking. Yeah. He does it all, and he could hit the home run.
I mean, look what Derrick Henry went buck wild. We put him with a real team that's it's going to focus on giving him the rock, and I got talent around me. Look at and he's what, like 32, 33, like.
And you put Saquon behind the Eagles offensive line where he wasn't getting touched for 5-6 yards down the field. Nobody was even touching him.
Yeah. But the trend, I'm just talking about, like, before, Saquon came here and before Henry went to Baltimore, the trend was actually like devaluing that position. Like, people were really
it was going that way. It was going that
way. Like, we're not going to give you a big contract. You're a running back.
By 28, you're pretty much done.
Right. They don't respect that position anymore. But I think now, I think the year that Henry had, the year that Saquon had, you're gonna have more people checking because it's a copycat league, just like the NBA.
That's what I was gonna say. They're gonna try to duplicate that, get that pressure with the 4-man like the Eagles got. Like when you have that,
everybody wants that, man. But when you look at that Philly defensive line, it starts from the interior. You have Sweat, Milton, Williams. Like, if you can have a good rotation on the defensive line, I mean, that helps.
That's why I was thinking. What's my man from Dallas taking less money to get Garrett in there might be more attractive to the Cowboys and Jerry Jones because he's in the division with the Eagles. He watching that, so he might try to move a couple little mountains to get him.
Man, I heard Dak talking about they asked him, like we're close to being like. And it hurts me because it's my team, but God, like, shut the fuck up! Like, you are not, you are not in the conversation. Right now you're third in the division, very good division, but you're to me you're third. Like,
I need everybody to acknowledge the fact that very rarely do you hear non-delusional Cowboy fans because every year they ready to go. So
I mean, like, listen, when the season starts, I'm gonna be like hopeful, like, it might be our year if XYZ happens. But as I look at the team constructed now, like, I mean, we need a running back, need another receiver, need some help along the offensive line, need some help along the defensive side of the football. And we're talking about Jerry Jones is the one calling the shots. I'm not. Shit, I don't know what kind of offseason I'm in for, but Myles Garrett will help. I mean, he's been talked about possibly going to San Francisco. San Francisco's going to have to make some decisions as far as paying some guys, and you got Brock Purdy's contract. It's going to be an interesting offseason, but I got Philly right now is number one going into the next season just for the simple fact you don't really need to overhaul a unit. I mean, you need to bring back Zach Bond. Re-sign him and pay him for the All-Pro year he had. I mean, but you just have to do minor tweaks with Philadelphia. You're set at quarterback, you're set at receiver, you're set at running back. Offensive line is solidified. Defensive line, the defense is young, and it's just a tweak here, a tweak there.
They ready to run it back.
Yeah. I mean,
I gotta chop out, Drama, man. It was good talking to y'all, man.
Appreciate it, man. As always.
Yeah, Ghost, man. Again, congratulations, man.
Hey, man. Good guys always win, man.
Look, his ass ain't been up here all season long.
Yeah, you know he was going to pop out when they won that old fucker.
Now let's kind of transition off the football. I want to talk a little basketball before we get up out of here. Speed, brother, your thoughts on the NBA, the Luka trade. Let's start there.
Oh, that was a wild John, but the conspiracy theories are saying it was for the ratings. The ratings was slipping. All right, let's send Luka over to LA, and it was wild though, because it's like, well, him and Brian play the same position, so you gonna take the ball out of Brian's hands? How does that work? I don't know.
You feel like you could extend Brian a little bit because he don't have to be on the floor with Luke on the floor.
Well, I think defensively got worse. Let's be honest about that. But I look at them, and I'm not even talking about like regular season. I'm looking at like possible playoff matchups. Outside of getting matched up against the Joker, like, or OKC in the first round. I mean, come on, LeBron, Luka, and possibly you start them and then you like stagger the minutes to where they're not taken out of the game at the same time. I mean, that's a lot of pressure to put on an opposing defense because they command so much attention.
Listen, man, you can't. And then what's the other kid name that scored 40 something the other night?
Austin Reeves.
so you got ball handlers all over the place. So you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be able to if you got somebody potentially, what would you say? He's like the fourth option.
Who?
Reeves.
Reeves. Reeves is no, to me, Reeves is the third option.
Third
on
option.
that team.
Okay, so you got your third option could put up 40, right? So you're gonna put a lot of pressure on the defenses, and especially, you know, that's not deep, because you know that all starting fives are kind of similar in the league, but then when you get to that bench, that's where you're gonna make the difference.
Yeah.
So you just pushed Reeves and potentially to get more minutes with the second team, possibly, or LeBron.
I would make LeBron. I've been saying it all year. I think LeBron, you can still get the same amount of minutes, but I thought he'd be more effective with the second unit, kind of like a change of pace. Like you can still play starter minutes and having an impact of a starter. I just think, I wouldn't keep LeBron and Luka on the floor the entire time. Like, they come out the game at the same time, like stagger the minutes.
It looked like that's what they're doing. It looked like
so far they've kind of, their first game, they kind of did that with kind of bringing Luka, coming off the injury. But I think Western Conference is just really going to be about matchups, because if we get matched up, let's say Lakers Nuggets, I'm going Nuggets. And I don't care how the Jokers is something else.
Yeah, you can't match up with him. It's hard to match up with him.
Yeah. And he's going to be chilling on the defensive side of the ball, because he don't have to deal with Anthony Davis, or AKA Mr. Glass, who's out.
Yeah,
who's hurt. Listen,
how bad was that? Like, I almost forgot how he would get hurt all the time, because the last couple of years he's been pretty good.
But he gets hurt at the most inopportune time. Like it never fails. Like it's a groin, it's an ab, like it's something that keeps him out.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think if I'm drawing a blank on the owner that got, he's not a majority owner, or he sold his
Cuban.
Yeah, you think if he was there, he would have traded?
Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, so I don't like. I'm not sure what they're doing over there. I like Anthony Davis.
On paper, it looks good. On paper, it looks good. When you look at their roster, it looks, Dallas roster looks better than the Lakers roster. But you don't trade away 25-year-old phenom like a Luka.
You can't do that.
Yeah, fresh off a championship run.
Yeah, you can't do that. I don't understand what they do. Matter of fact, you see me, I hit you up. I'm like, yo, is this real? I'm because people are saying,
the league. Hell, no. For the fact that this kind of went down, nobody knew. Dallas, you set your window up for like 2 years to like really push the win now. I mean, but LA's, we're gonna be talking about LA for like the next decade. Keep Luka. Like, you don't trade away players like that, man.
I don't understand.
At that age,
young. He like what, 23, 24?
25.
My word. They just got their franchise back.
Yeah. Right. And it's worked for LA because you can make a minor run this year depending on matchups, but how attractive is that? Is we're gonna be bringing in, you don't want to play with LeBron, that's fine, come play with Luka. Like,
yeah. And you think this makes LeBron say, you know what, I was gonna do one more year, I might get 3 more years.
Yeah, I mean, but can he play off the ball? Like, it's your turn to go sit in the corner and wait for the open shot. He's not a cutter. He's a ball dominant guy. Like, if he don't got the ball, he pretty much, what's he doing?
I think LeBron needs to kind of make a slight adjustment to his game. I would be more of him being like the point forward, operating more out of the post.
Yeah, get a rebound and push it.
Yeah, I think he could be a lot more effective with Luka and Austin Reeves on the floor, and play more of a 4 in you know the Lakers offense. Play more of a forward instead of like being the one bringing the ball up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me kind of help orchestrate the offense from the post. Yeah, I think that'll work.
And his personality, like one of the things he got criticized early on was that like he would actually, well, they were saying he would actually pass the ball and he would, kind of take a back seat or whatever to if he had a comparable player. But do you think, because he's not like he like it took how it took Carmelo a long time to say, all right, I'm gonna pass up some shots. You think his personality and the way he plays the game and his knowledge of the game, you think it'd be a problem for him to say, you know what, I got this young gun in here. Let me just take not a back seat, but let me take a little side. Let me be in the passenger side for a while. I don't think he would have a problem with that. What do y'all think?
You might have to tell Brian that because it ain't never happened in his career where he didn't have control of the offense, like complete control. I'm bringing it up. I don't care who the point guard is. I'm bringing it up, and you go over there. You go over there. I mean,
he's got to though, because you're not playing. You're playing with a player that's for lack of better terms is on your level at this point. Like,
yeah,
it's not like I'm a random all-star. You're talking about a 5-time all NBA.
Yeah.
You basically playing with a little less athletic, but that's you there. A younger version of you who can dish, who can score. He got a better shot. He can get everybody involved. And even though that shit looks slow as hell,
he's shifty though. He's shifty.
Yeah, but
he's a master.
When I look at it, I say it looks slow, but these are the best players in the world. So he's moving around them or taking a step back. So I know it's good. I'm just saying when I'm watching it, us fat guys on the couch, we're like, man, that shit looks slow as hell. But
Luka's he's great at pace.
Yeah,
he doesn't play faster than he has to. Like it's pace. But yeah, I think depends on matchups. They get matched up with like a OKC or Denver first round. Yeah, it's a wrap. But I think they got a good shot against just about anybody in the West. I mean, I think they're currently 4th right now. I mean, you can't stop them. At least outscore them.
That is their defense, their offense.
Yeah.
You think any of them bigs are gonna step up because they seem like they serviceable but not great?
Well, I mean, they don't. They just need to be a body.
Yeah.
I think they brought in Alex Zen or Lynn, Alex Lynn. I'm sorry. To add, he's a 7'2" guy, little mobility. Jackson Hayes is a career backup. Jared Vanderbilt can play a little center. Depending on the matchups. I mean, but do you really need like the big to really succeed, in the NBA? Like when you look at, the teams that was in the finals, like, do you really think Porzingis was like the dominant big? Like it's more of a perimeter based game. Even Dallas, like Kyrie and Luka drug that team. Gafford's a nice player, but do I need to be game planning for him? Like, you're more of a lob threat, a defensive anchor, but okay. I like their chances going forward this season. Well, I think it was a move made for the next 10 years. And I think it was a clear sign to LeBron, like, let GM, you're not included, you're not calling the shots, and you think you can, you can leave. We've got the future here now.
Yeah. Oh, listen, man, you got the 25-year-old. He can get doubles, possibly triple doubles, control the offense, good decision maker. Just went to the finals. Like,
I mean, he's a perennial MVP candidate. They don't grow on trees, man.
I still don't understand. I know, it's conspiracy. I still don't understand. Like, for Dallas. And I'm not saying Anthony Davis is not a great player. I'm just saying from their standpoint, like, how do you say, all right, I mean, because are you essentially saying, look, we got to the finals, but Anthony Davis is a better piece than Luka? Like, what are you saying here? That to get us over the hump? Because that's what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to get over the hump.
And it comes across to I've talked to Mavs fans on like Twitter and stuff. It comes across to Mavs fans like you pick Kyrie over Luka, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like you took. You think Kyrie will be the better lead guard to pair with the Anthony Davis? Like, wow.
Yeah.
And I like Kyrie, but no.
Yeah, Anthony Davis though, like I would have never traded Anthony Davis, whether he stayed healthy or not, for Luka Doncic. Nah, you had to give me some more. You gotta give up more than that.
Yeah,
I understand that.
You would think, like, when you look at the deals like what Minnesota did with Rudy Gobert, 4 first-round picks, like you talking about trading Luka, like I need 5 first rounds. I need part ownership of the team.
Yeah, free parking, courtside seats.
Yeah, I thought I'm a Knicks fan. I thought what Minnesota did was pretty bad, getting rid of Cat for Randall and DiVincenzo.
New York got over on them boys. New York got over on them boys. Now, before we close out the show, have you heard about the other trade that happened? Mark Williams, they got rescinded, so he will not be coming to the Lakers. But Dalton Connect has had to go back to LA, and he's reportedly told JJ Redick he's gonna need some time to process what's happened, because he was part of that trade that was for him to go to Charlotte. Like, listen, dude, you're gonna find out real quick. This is a business. They don't care about your feelings. If I'm Dalton Connect, I go out there and ball and possibly try to see if they're gonna trade me anyway. They're looking to trade me, make my value higher, see if I can find myself in a better situation. I don't know. But
that looked like a swing move though, because LA was better keeping Connect.
Yeah, I didn't think that this dude was going to make that much of a difference. Did they see him as somebody that's going to be able to guard?
Well, the team changed. When you bring in a Luka, I mean, you're talking about another wing, which Connect plays. You become kind of obsolete. As far as the offense, like, before he got there, Connect was getting minutes, like, because, you was one of the outside of LeBron, and, I consider Reeves kind of like a guard, small forward.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, you was getting a lot of burn, from that wing position, but you bring in a Luka, like, where's your minutes and your touches coming from? Because,
but if Luka is for the future, and you got Reeves there, and you know what I'm saying, Connect, do you think he 1, 2, 3, and Reeves and Luka could swap off handling the ball or whatever? But you know what I'm saying, Connect he's a 3, right?
Yeah. He's spot up shooter. Go in the Kyle Korver type. Go in the corner. Wait for the ball.
As you talking about the future, the next 10 years, where does the guy that failed the physical, where does he fit in that with his injury history? And
he was Mark Williams, he was having a pretty good year, averaging like 16, 8, 9 boards, 1 or 2 blocks a game. He's he fits the kind of big Luka likes to have, the guys that can I can catch lobs to. Luka doesn't play with traditional, like, back to the basket big men. He likes the big men to be mobile, guys that can roll. And Mark Williams brings a little value on the defense. I thought it was a good trade for the Lakers. Dalton Connect was, you're going to Charlotte, which is NBA purgatory, where careers go to die. And he wasn't really going to get, the minutes he thought he was going to get in Charlotte, because, you got what's the young boy Brandon Miller out there, currently manning the 3 with Charlotte, and Miles Bridges is still on the rock. Like, you weren't going to start in Charlotte, like.
Yeah, he got to find somewhere to come off the bench at.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the power forwards in the West that I guess he would. I guess the Charlie kid would be a center, but he'd possibly be matching up with Anthony Davis, Victor Wembanyama, Zion, Chet Holmgren, Aaron Gordon, Jabari
Well,
Smith.
Chet can't stay healthy either. Let's
Yeah. So
Chet
I mean, it's
can't-
like a top 4 or 5 that may be a problem, but
I mean, but he just needs to be a big man in today's NBA. You just need to be serviceable, because when you really break down who's like game changing at the 5, like you just need to be serviceable outside of Yoke, Embiid when he's healthy and focused. Wemby, really,
Is
I mean,
Wemby even a big? He's just tall.
yeah, but his
what he
game
is.
his game is not big.
What is
So
he?
it's not. I mean, Wemby's a unicorn.
Yeah.
He's like
he's 7-foot guard.
yeah, he's like a taller Durant.
Yeah.
That's what a kid from that plays on the Celtics was supposed to be when he first came out.
Porzingis, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Wemby is a unicorn. You can't really, say we're gonna throw a big body on him. Like, okay, we'll bring your big ass out here. Let me shoot these 30-foot three.
Yeah, he gonna hit a 30-foot 3, or he gonna cross you over and do a step back and go.
Yeah.
He's
a unicorn, dude.
Yeah,
Like
seeing big man, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, like, because I'm like 6'3", 6'4", and I was at one point considered somebody that they put down low. To see somebody 7'4" handling the ball, shooting, driving past people, pretty much a point forward, or he could be a point guard because he could dish well. It's the NBA.
the NBA's changed, man. This ain't the 80s and 90s no more.
Hell no. This is come down, jack up a 3 and get a rebound and shoot another one.
Yeah, with 20 seconds on the clock.
Put them things up, man. We got to get up 50 of them shots tonight.
Yeah.
I see my executive producer Gator Girl decided to show up. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I want this on the record. Golden State, if they can get into the playoffs, if they can get in, it's gonna be a tough out. It's gonna be a tough out.
Yeah, I like that toughness that Butler adds to the team.
He moves without the ball. A lot of people don't give him credit for that. He moves without the ball. So
strong. He's strong as fuck too. He's not. You know what I'm saying? I very rarely do he get his shit off, and I don't care who's guarding him.
I think if Golden State, if that's the thing, if they can get to the playoffs, the combination of Steph and Jimmy, I'm not saying they're going to win a series, but it's going to be a tough out.
Yeah, no, if they could put something together to get into the play-in, they're going to be somebody because they got playoff experience.
Yeah, in the play, you just need one, right? One game in the play-in to get you to a series.
Well, playing. See this the 7-8 game winner gets in automatically, and like the 9-10, then like those two, the loser of the one game and the winner of the other game play for the last spot. You possibly have to play 2 to get in with the play-in tournament. That's why, everybody's trying to get like top 6.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want to be playing and get bounced. Be like, we won 50 games, but we lost the play-in.
With Steph on the other side, he had one of them games that, he's still capable of that. You seen in the Olympics, he had one of them games that, you can't do anything. I don't care what you're doing. He dribbling between the legs, turning around, 1 foot, left hand, fading away, driving. If he had one of them games and you just need that one game to get into a series, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then you add Butler, who, when the playoff comes, he's a great player anyway. But when the playoff comes, it seems like certain people, their game goes up a notch, and he's one of them players that games
he elevates. And like I said, I like he meshes what Golden State wants to do, because he can put the ball on the floor. Like, I can get buckets my damn self. I'm not dependent on Steph and running off of screens. Like, I can go get my own.
Yeah, he's a way better Wiggins.
and he seems to thrive in the moments. Like, you seen in the Miami years where, like, the last 4 or 5 possessions, he had the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so now you add that with Steph. You're not gonna leave. You can't guard him anyway, but you're definitely not gonna leave him open. You're not gonna leave him and have Jimmy Butler, possibly backing somebody down or with the ball in their hands with Steph on the floor too. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I was looking at the standards. I was like, the Clippers are 6. I was like, didn't they bring in Ben Simmons, no shooting ass? Like,
Yeah,
Wait, Ben Simmons is at the Clippers?
yeah,
he got
he
bought
got
out.
bought out.
Why is the Clippers doing people favors? Like, just let him go. Like, get out the league, bro. You all right?
What like that's one of them. He's one of them players. Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened? Like he didn't develop. He went backwards.
He got paid quick, and that was it.
Mentally, he was broke. He's I've never seen this happen. Where a guy is, comes in with that much potential, that much hype, and because of a flaw in the game that he chose not to really work on like that, like you mentally checked out. Like, I mean,
we never seen somebody. We seen plenty of players that can't shoot. That's fine, but being unwilling to shoot is something you never seen, and he wasn't like that in high school or college.
Nah, he
He
wasn't.
was shooting J's.
Yeah. And wasn't even passing the ball like in spots where he got a layup or he could get some contact in the foul. Like, just not even.
I've never seen it.
Never.
Never. I've seen guys like lose the shooting stroke, but the unwillingness, and we're not even talking about taking long range threes, because Rondo, eventually developed a decent enough 3-pointer. Like,
yeah, you couldn't leave him open.
I mean, Ben Simmons, you give him the ball in the paint, he's looking to pass, and he might have goddamn Trey Young ass.
Yeah, like, here, somebody
from
take it.
That's from the 3-point line to the foul line. You ain't taking no shots there. It's foul line.
He's not even taking. He's not even taking contested layups, dude. Yeah. Like, I watched him a couple times. He has played. Mentally, he's not there. And I'm surprised anybody added him to the roster. Like, you should have washed out of the league, dude, at this point. But when you're 6'10",
I was gonna say that because remember Fultz, was it Fultz?
Yep, Markel.
Yeah. He had the problems, and is he still playing? I don't even know if he's still playing, but
I think
he's trying to get back into the league. He was at Orlando, right?
Yeah, he was. Let me see. I'll pull it up real quick.
Yeah, because you know who else I think about, but he makes up for everything else was when Draymond, the first couple of years, he was a good 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And he won't. You very rarely you see him have one of them 3 or 4 3-point bucket games, but he makes up for it. And I mean, he do a lot of other bullshit, but he makes up for it. And so I don't even see like Ben Simmons, like he's not making up for it. He's not. It don't seem like he's contributing. Maybe I'm missing something, but
yeah, he's a great defender.
Yeah,
like above average on defense. Okay, we got to put the ball in your hands in order for you to be effective. All right, but defensively, he's nice. But when I watched him here in Philly, bro, he would just run to the foul line on a fast break, stop, look, and turn around and give it to somebody else. Yeah, and it's like, what you doing, bro? Dunk that.
Yeah, literally.
You're 6'10". Literally.
Turn his back to the rim and pass it off to somebody. Yeah, that's and he's so much hype too. I remember he had like a documentary, and it was following him all over the place. And yeah.
I don't think he cared though. Like when you get that kind of money that quick, that young, what I gotta be grateful for? I'm good enough now. Look how much they gave me. And why what incentives does he have to be anything?
Yeah, well, it's guaranteed,
Yeah, I got the money, bro. Like, I don't care how many of these people telling me to shoot. I'm shooting this check in the bank. What you talking about?
Hey, listen, I'm not even saying that, I might not have been an asshole like that. I'm just, as a fan, I just, it mystifies me when you see somebody with that talent, just who will not shoot. He just won't shoot the ball. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's
remarkable. But he's currently on the Clippers, who are currently sitting at 6. Okay, so before we get up out of here, I told Twin I was gonna play this. I think I found a reason, maybe just to help explain why Kansas City lost the game. She said something. Let me see if I'm good to go. Here,
we lost because you picked us to win.
Okay, here we go. I think that's why y'all. Hold on, let me go back.
De facto point guard playing with Podziemski is always better with a ball handler. And that pass from.
Okay, let me refresh it. I thought this was kind of funny.
De facto point guard playing with Podziemski is always better with a ball handler. And that pass from Draymond to Butler, laid in and trying the foul.
Okay, let me work on this. I'm rusty.
What this got to do with the Chiefs?
Oh, it was the wrong one came up.
And let's take it from the top. Welcome.
Oh, my YouTube was acting up. Hold on, let me stop there. Let me get my shit together. I don't know what the hell that was. My bad. Yeah, it's the lady in the voodoo doll. Yeah, I can't believe. Oh man, I ain't used to my shit acting like that. Come on now, what's going on, YouTube? I pay good money for this shit.
Get it together, Dots. Get it together.
Okay, well, I just go to her page. Yeah, okay, that's what we'll do. Let me bring it back up. Oh, what the hell? That looks like some of my old shit.
Even in the archives,
man. Great. Okay, hold on, I think we good to go. Hold on.
Of all the videos I've seen from the Super Bowl, this one right here might be the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yes, that is a Patrick Mahomes voodoo doll. Eagles fans.
Yeah, why is his face so black? Come on, man.
Of all the videos I've seen from the Super Bowl, this one right here might be the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yes, that is a Patrick Mahomes voodoo doll. Eagles fans are just different. They're just different.
Yeah. That might be your excuse there, Speak. Like I saw you guys doing voodoo.
Yeah, that's what it is.
When you get to work, when you go get to work, go with it. Amongst all them Eagle fans, go with that.
She had the voodoo doll.
You guys say, look, they had to go supernatural to get my team from keeping the 3-peat. You can show that, and I don't know how far it's gonna go, but
hey man, it'll work. I'll try it. She was knitting away, man.
It's just tapping. It's just tapping. Probably, imagine having that shit in your pocket at the game. Like,
she's like, get him.
I paid $2,000 for this seat. We gonna win, goddammit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my Jalen Hurts voodoo doll for every game next year if it's like that.
All right, fellas. Any last word, man? Appreciate y'all coming up as usual. We'll do some on Friday. I think I got something to put together on Friday. Some music stuff, and I know you'll be into it, Speak. But final words, gentlemen. Final words.
Nah, just let me get up out of here first, because Speak's the veteran.
You always try and outshine me, bro. Like, you know what, brother? Me and you. Yeah, I got a documentary coming up, brother.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is, if whatever you find out, you know what I'm saying, it's all true. All right, but salute y'all. Peace. And fuck the Eagles and everybody else in the NFC East.
Damn.
Damn. Just say it with your chest, little nigga.
Damn. Damn.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
I'll be safe.
All right, brother. Man, look, all I can say is congratulations to the Birds. Not a sore loser over here. I'm going to take a year off from celebrating I don't like it, but you got to do it. Little speak them 20-4. We got states coming up
Oh, that's what's
next
up.
week. So we'll see how far they can go because it ain't nothing but dogs in the state. So I'll let y'all know how they do. And that's all I got, Dots. I'll let your boy for and shout out to the Chisnack.
All right, man. Appreciate it as always. Speaking, I see you when I see you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. As always, hope had hell of a good time. You Eagles fans showed up in kind, but it's all love over here. All love. Make sure y'all tune in later. This probably be Thursday or Friday. Might be doing something. I want to kind of really wrap up the halftime show. I want to do at this point do a separate show for that. Do the halftime show, break down the different angles of that, and why some people kind of miss some stuff or why you didn't like it, and we'll have an open discussion among some other stuff I got going on. Y'all know how we do on the KBK. I mix in a little bit of sports and other stuff. And, I know the producer don't like that, but I do it. But that'll be later on this week. And we'll keep it rocking, man. No NFL, but we'll be talking about NBA, whatever comes up in the world of sports. Is always over here. The hate was in you because it ain't in them. I need to find a way to correlate that into the slogan around here. But anyway, end y'all for the phrase that pays around here. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but every time you learn. And I'm out.